未见尊者、元灵主、侧天尊者都是名声在外的宇宙霸主。
他身上有至宝铠甲，
杀了他，夺宝！
至宝铠甲是我的，其他你们分。
那是领域类至宝，
有枪夺下，你逃不掉。
唯有死路一条。我神器之躯，何止你的百万千万倍
！Hello guys, welcome to the Alrazda channel to discuss and explain the exciting storyline of your favorite series, SwallowedStar episode 217. In the previous episode, Luofeng escaped the enemy's siege by using his golden horned beast body as bait and then headed back to Primal Chaos City to trade his precious sword component for a powerful domain artifact called the Nine Tiger River. Determined to keep pushing past his limits, Luofeng then took a secret trip to the Craftsman Star to hunt down the fourth black metal fragment. Taking advantage of the rumor that the Craftsman Godmaster was away, Luofeng used his Mosha clone to sneak right into the core of a mountain filled with insanely extreme heat. Even though he actually managed to snatch the black metal from the bottom of a blazing hot gourd, his stunt accidentally tripped an alarm that instantly woke up the Craftsman Godmaster himself. This unmatched powerhouse easily overpowered Luofeng and handed down a brutal punishment which doubled as a test by tossing him alive straight into a dimensional vortex, leading to the deadliest place in the universe. So, what happens next? Alright, without further ado, let's jump right into the story. After getting caught stealing the fourth black metal, the Craftsman Master captures Luofeng by throwing his golden horned beast body into a mysterious vortex called the Land of Extremis. He's probably going to be stuck in there for hundreds of millions of years. The Craftsman Master bluntly states that the reason he did this is due to orders from Zuo Shanqi, just to test Luofeng's willpower and see if he could survive this trial. Meanwhile, Luofeng's human body, which is chilling inside his spaceship, starts to realize that something is seriously wrong. After the golden horned beast body gets tossed by the Craftsman Master, he completely loses his connection to it. Instead, he can only feel his remote ocean body, which was completely destroyed earlier after draining all its energy to save the golden horned beast from a deadly attack. Luofeng quickly revives his remote ocean body and starts searching for the golden horned beast using the remote ocean's divine power, but no luck, he still can't connect with the golden horned beast. On the other side, the golden horned beast, having just popped out of the space vortex, now finds itself floating in the middle of a totally unfamiliar galaxy. Babata comes out and analyzes the situation. At first glance, she thinks the place looks like a regular solar system. But Luofeng senses something is off. He can't feel any spatial ripples, nor can he sense the existence of his god country at all. Making things even worse, Babata can't even connect to the virtual universe. It's as if the two of them are completely cut off from the original universe. Luofeng starts piecing the clues together. He realizes that the Craftsman Master only captured him, but didn't actually loot any of his precious treasures. The fact that he was just dumped into this weird dimension leads Luofeng to one solid conclusion. This whole thing is a deadly trial scenario specially designed by Zuo Shanqi. Babata comes to the exact same conclusion since this setup totally screams the style of Zuo Shanqi, heavily reminding her of the time Luofeng got trapped in the ice hell. Well, if this really is a test from his master Luofeng using his Mosha body, immediately zooms off to see exactly what kind of trial his master has cooked up for him.
又有什么考验?
However, another huge anomaly pops up. Even though he manages to break through and exceed the speed of light, oddly enough, he doesn't enter the dark universe at all. Babata's analysis reveals that the speed of light here is 100 times faster compared to the original universe. Only by hitting 100 times the speed of light will the dark universe actually appear. The reason behind this is that all the laws of this universe are completely different from any other universe she knows of. Luofeng starts wondering, could this place be an alternate universe similar to the original universe? Since they don't have any concrete info yet, Luofeng just keeps flying to explore. Even though the Land of Extremis has trapped his golden horned and Mosha bodies, the gains from this adventure definitely outweigh the losses. Because Luofeng has now obtained the fourth black metal, the missing information is finally becoming complete. Right now, his human body is chilling in his god kingdom, and using that fourth black metal, he kicks off his training to comprehend volumes 6 and 7 of the 9-volume manual. Back in the land of extremis, long story short, Luofeng has been flying around in his Mosha body for over a year now, but he hasn't seen a single soul out there. Not long after, a mysterious figure sneaks up behind him and blatantly launches a soul attack. However, since the Mosha body structure is an energy life form, the attack does absolutely nothing to it. Turns out, that soul attack was the work of Venerable Yuan, aka the Feather Dark Seigneur. But he isn't alone. He's got two buddies with him, Venerable Satian and Venerable Mei Jian, aka the Demon Blade Sword. The three of them look super thrilled because they never expected that after 60,000 eras, they'd finally meet a stranger who also got trapped in the land of extremis. With Luofeng here, the trio figures they can finally cure their boredom by playing around with him. Luofeng, on the other hand, is a bit shocked after recognizing them because these three are legendary Universe Overlords from the 9 Territory Alliance who disappeared a long time ago. Seeing easy prey right in front of them, the trio doesn't even think twice and instantly launches an attack. Since the Mosha body isn't built for head-on combat, Luofeng quickly swaps it out for his golden horned beast body. Its sudden appearance actually makes them back off for a second. The three of them totally didn't expect that hiding behind the Mosha's body was such a tough-looking space beast. But that doesn't scare them off for long. They immediately dive right back in with a combo attack. Venerable Mei Jian and Venerable De Tian unleash a heavy strike at Luofeng together, while from behind, Venerable Yuan fires off an even stronger soul attack than before. This makes Luofeng hallucinate, making it look like Venerable Yuan's body has grown several times larger. Luckily, using the second form of his Shiwu wings, Luofeng zips away at high speed and dodges the attacks from all three opponents. The trio are absolutely stunned when they realize the wings the space beast is using are actually a true treasure. Driven by pure greed, the three of them launch another combo attack. For the opening move, they push the beast back with Setian's massive staff. Then, Venerable Mei Jian uses her sword while Venerable Setian delivers a heavy blow, followed up by Venerable Yuan, who hits him with a soul attack. Basically a stun attack, so the beast can't counterattack. With this triple threat combo, they manage to send the golden horned beast flying way back. And they don't stop there. Venerable Mei Jian and Venerable Che Tian follow up with a barrage of attacks, landing quite a few punches and slashes on Luofeng's body. But surprisingly, the golden horned beast looks completely fine. This is when his three opponents figure out that Luofeng also has an armor-type true treasure equipped, which makes venerables like them go totally crazy with greed to get their hands on it. They go for yet another combo attack. Venerable Chethian smacks Luofeng with his staff and activates a massive fireball technique the size of the sun. From a distance, Venerable Yuan uses a soul attack to slow down Luofeng's movements, while Venerable Mei Jian's job is to push Luofeng right into the enemy's blazing vortex of fire by throwing her sword. Seeing Luofeng take a direct hit, Venerable Mei Jian feels like she has the upper hand and declares that she claims Luofeng's armor. As for the rest of his loot, her two buddies can take it. All three of them rush toward Luofeng, eyes full of greed, but that excitement doesn't last long. Luofeng suddenly activates his domain-type true treasure, the 9 Tiger River. A golden river instantly floods the area out of nowhere, making it impossible for his three opponents to get anywhere near him. The moment they step into that golden river, their movements slow to a crawl. Not wanting to take any bigger risks, the three venerables decide to retreat and scatter in different directions. Luofeng, not wanting to let things end just like that, immediately chases after them. Seeing his opponents run, he isn't about to let them off easy. Well, since Venerable Mei Jian was acting so arrogant earlier, even though, in reality, she is terrified, guys, Luofeng immediately goes after her. But true to her arrogant nature, she stops, accepts his challenge, and threatens him with death. Speaking of death, Luofeng hits her right back with a threat of his own, eager to see who's going to die first between the two of them, an MC like him or an NPC like Venerable Mei Jian. After a brief clash between the two, Venerable Mei Jian immediately unleashes her ultimate technique, combining it by burning a massive amount of her divine power. When she unleashes the attack, her sword shoots toward Luofeng with incredible force. But using the Golden Horned Beast's innate skill, Luofeng activates spatial distortion, causing the sword attack to boomerang right back at her. Unfortunately, the attack misses its target. The other two enemies watching the duel from a distance realize just how terrifying this beast really is. At first, they figured that after Venerable Mei Jian unleashed her ultimate move, the beast would definitely be critically injured. But the reality is the exact opposite. You can see that Venerable Mei Jian's condition and divine body have severely weakened, while the Golden Horned Beast isn't showing a single sign of weakness or taking any damage at all. Panic really starts to set in for Venerable Mei Jian when she finally realizes her opponent's terrifying strategy. The Golden Horned Beast is utilizing the absolute advantage of its force armor, which can absorb 99.99% of attack damage, combined with its unmatched volume of divine power. His goal is purely to slowly drain Venerable Mei Jian's energy until she dies. Realizing she's at a massive disadvantage, Venerable Mei Jian tries to make a run for it. But thanks to the slowing effect of the Nine Tiger River, she just can't escape Luofeng, who is dead set on continuing the fight. With no other way out, Venerable Mei Jian unleashes her final attack to try and stop him, resulting in a massive clash of power. Venerable Yuan also realizes that Venerable Mei Jian is in an incredibly dire situation. If things keep going like this, she is definitely going to run out of divine power first, and eventually fall into a deep slumber. Desperate to survive, Venerable Mei Jian finally throws away all her pride and begs for mercy. But the Golden Horned Beast shuts her down hard. Since her divine power is constantly dropping, Luofeng isn't about to waste this perfect chance to kill her. Trapped in a hopeless situation where her divine power has plummeted below 32%, Venerable Mei Jian faces a tough choice. Rather than becoming Luofeng's slave, she unleashes her absolute final move. She burns whatever is left of her divine power, channeling it into one massive heavy attack, forming a giant sword that she smashes down onto the Golden Horned Beast. The enemy's attack is seriously scary, but Luofeng easily escapes by using the Nine Tiger River. Venerable Mei Jian dies, leaving behind two treasures, a protective tide treasure and a jade sword, which Luofeng immediately scoops up. After securing her loot, Luofeng turns his attention to squeezing some info out of the two remaining Venerables. He makes it crystal clear if they don't answer, he won't hesitate to kill them on the spot. After witnessing the absolute dominance of the Golden Horned Beast, their courage completely shrivels up, and they wisely decide to answer his questions. Luofeng asks them how they got stuck here, and exactly how much they know about this place. But right before they answer, the scene shifts back to Luofeng's human body, still hanging out in his god country after finishing Volume 7 of the 9-volume manual. The result? His human divine body has now reached a gene level of 9,800 times. Even though it's not perfect yet, it's already way stronger than those unique special life forms out there in the universe. With this, Luofeng is confident that his Golden Horned Beast body can achieve a perfect gene level, and once that happens, he'll be able to unleash an incredible innate secret technique called I am the Universe. However, given the massive divine body capacity of the Golden Horned Beast, it looks like it'll take him hundreds of years to fully master it. Back to the land of extremis. While casually cruising through space by hitching a ride on a meteorite, Luofeng continues exploring the area. From what those two Venerables told him, Luofeng learns that as far as the eye can see, this place looks totally normal, but they're actually trapped. They can only move within 100,000 light-year radius, like being isolated inside a giant cube. Whenever they cross a certain boundary, they unknowingly get teleported right back to the starting point, just looping around the same spot endlessly with no way out. Kinda like a messed up Nokia Snake game. Weirdly enough, the ways people end up in this place are super random and bizarre, with absolutely no clear pattern. The only people who can actually leave are those who have clones. The method is simple, just blow yourself up. Well, Luofeng could use that method, but then he'd end up leaving his true treasures behind, so that's definitely not the right move for him. So instead of things getting better after getting that intel, the situation just gets way more complicated and full of mysteries. Right in the middle of his journey, Luofeng's Mosha body is suddenly caught off guard by invisible spatial ripples that pierce straight through his divine body. It feels like being slashed by 1,000 knives, instantly causing his Mosha body to lose 70% of its divine body. But weirdly, this doesn't affect his golden horn beast body at all. As soon as he manages to pass through that deadly layer of ripples, Luofeng looks around and realizes he's somehow entered a completely different area. The place is filled with countless twinkling stars in a super dense galaxy that looks as gorgeous as peacock feathers. The stars even seem to form specific patterns that radiate the aura of secret law patterns, suggesting that this area may hold significant cosmic secrets or hidden knowledge waiting to be discovered. After flying around for a bit, Bubata's analysis picks up a lifeless, 21,000 kilometers wide planet. It's a planet made entirely of pure star-tier gold mineral veins, an insanely valuable rare G-grade metal. Based on her analysis, it was originally a massive superstar that collapsed due to friction from a black hole. Luofeng hits the absolute jackpot this time. If his golden horn beast body devours all the minerals on this planet, his divine body can recover by 80%. This is literally a once-in-a-lifetime golden opportunity for him. Wasting zero time, he expands his body until it's bigger than the planet itself, and uses a technique called swallow to devour the entire rock filled with those rare mineral veins. And it's not just star-tier gold. Not too far from there, he finds another planet packed with void rocks, which are just as valuable. Luofeng sucks that one dry in a flash too. Basically, today's content is just Luofeng doing a planet mukbang, guys. Who would have thought he'd stumble upon incredibly valuable mineral planets twice in a row? On top of that, this beautiful place is still filled with countless stars. There are probably tons of other priceless planets loaded with rare minerals out there. His journey takes him to a third planet, where he discovers an absolute miracle, a planet featuring a giant lake made of liquid metal called bright barium-swallowing crystal. After chugging down the entire contents of that precious lake, his divine body finally fully recovers back to a solid 100%. Right after finishing his 3-planet mukbang, he suddenly senses a familiar blast of divine power zooming straight toward him. The figure approaching him turns out to be a universe master named Flamestar Master. He tells Luofeng that he's here representing the Space Beast Alliance to come and pick him up. It's revealed that this entire space dimension, stuffed with precious resources, is actually an exclusive cultivation zone belonging to the Space Beast Alliance, created by their ultimate powerhouse, the Space Beast Ancestor. Well, since it's an artificial space, that means Luofeng is actually still inside the original universe. Flamestar Master explains further that the land of extremis is just a carefully designed eternal trap for other races. The Space Beast Ancestor intentionally altered the rules of the place, isolating it from the outside world to prevent invasions from other races. There are even barriers set up on both the inside and outside. So, only creatures like space beasts can pass through those void space ripples and actually get inside. That finally explains why Luofeng's Mosha body got hurt. It was caused by the barrier zone outside the Alliance's Holy Land. Flamestar Master then guides Luofeng to their destination because the top dogs of the Alliance are already waiting for him. Moving swiftly toward a planet, Flamestar Master tells Luofeng to keep shrinking his body down. He shrinks and shrinks until they can slip into a tiny cave. Inside, there's a spatial rift that leads them to another place ending at a portal, and eventually, Luofeng steps out into a totally new area. As far as the eye can see, the Space God Mountain stands tall right there. Using a hidden mechanism, Flamestar Master touches a meteorite rock to activate a secret portal that transports them deeper into the mountain in front of them. Along the way, Flamestar Master drops a heavy detail. Every wanderer from their race who returns home has to pass the test of the Space God Mountain, which is basically the ultimate holy ground for their kind. Only after passing the test are they officially recognized as part of the Alliance. The reason they do this is because there's always a chance that some of their race have had their bodies taken over by other races, making them super hard to distinguish. But in front of the Space God Mountain, everything gets exposed, revealing the true identities of those who have been infiltrated by other races. Hearing this, Luofeng instantly panics because there's a huge chance his human identity might get busted. Shortly after, Luofeng finally sets foot on the Space God Mountain. So, will Luofeng's true identity be exposed? Let's find out in the next video. Then what happened next? Okay, thank you for watching until the end, and don't forget to support this channel with likes, subscribe, and comments. That's all for me. Bye.